Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm filming this intro on my phone. We will switch over to my DSLR in a second, but so I didn't have to set up my whole filming thing. This is what we're doing. Today's video is going to be my makeup collection and storage video. I have never done one of these on my channel. I've been on YouTube for over 3 years, and I never did one because I never felt like my collection was big enough. And now I'm kicking myself so hard because I wish I had those videos to see how far my collection has actually come. And now that I'm in the next phase of my makeup collection, which is project panning and getting through all this stuff, I'm sick of collecting and just accumulating more and more at this point. And like I said, I'm trying to use things up now, but I can't go back in time, so I'm gonna have to get over it. But this will be my 2019 makeup collection and storage. This is not a huge beauty guru type of collection. It is big for an everyday person, mama, makeup consumer, whatever you want to call it. I love my collection. I'm slowly weeding through the products that I don't love to get rid of them. I'm going to stop rambling. You know what these types of videos are. Let's get started. Okay guys, so here is an overview of where I get ready every morning. So this is my dresser in my bedroom, and you can see my makeup up there on the top, as well as the top left drawer, which is my everyday makeup drawer. And then actually in my closet, so if you can see my chair and my fan, is where I store my Alex 9 drawer, as well as I have another 3 drawer system in there, which we will get into in a minute. But we're going to start with the dresser. So as I mentioned, oh, you can see me. This is where I get ready every morning. So you can see I have my mirror here. It's one of those light up mirrors. I also have dry shampoo. My brushes that I'm currently using, I swap these out every week. I don't do my makeup every single day, so I think that's okay for me, and I'll show you all my other brushes in a minute. Here is where I put all the lip products I have in rotation for the month. As I use them, they go into my drawer. If you watch my Shop My Stash everyday makeup drawers, you are familiar with my setup down here. I'll show you in a second. This is the lipstick I'm wearing and trying out today. Up here in this basket is where I have all of my project pan items I'm currently working on in various projects. And then here I keep a piece of paper and 2 pens because I've been tallying how many times I use each of the products in my projects to track my progress. Wow. Anyways, so I've been using green from the intro to the first update, and then red from the first update through to the second update, but my projects have various starting dates, so that just stays up here. And then I also have this list which has all of my like not thoroughly tested eyeshadow palettes. I like to use a palette 3 to 5 times before it gets put in my drawer. Oh, you can see my Christmas pajamas in the mirror. Now you know all of my secrets. So I keep a tally on this as well for how many times I've used the palettes by themselves. I've just started this, so there's only 2 tallies, and that's on the NYX Ultimate Brights palette, which is what I'm using today. So I'm testing this out, making sure I want to keep it in my collection beyond it being in my project pan. Down here is my everyday makeup drawer, which again, if you watch my Shop My Stash series, you'll probably be pretty familiar with this. So I'm not going to really go through everything besides telling you like, here are the products that I have chosen out, front and center. And then back here are all of my newer lip products, or lip products that I've never tried before. I even put new shades of formulas that I like, just to make sure like shades aren't always consistent through even the same line of products. Maybe it's patchy or isn't flattering on my skin tone, something like that. So if it's unused, untested, it goes in here. And these are like, this is the one I've had the longest. This is the newest one in my collection, so nothing sits in here for too long. The same goes with my eyeshadow palettes here. These are all of the ones that were on this list that I briefly showed you. These are all of my newer eyeshadow palettes that have not been tested yet, except for a lot of them aren't new anymore. Like I got this in the summer. This is a little 6-pan BH Cosmetics one. I bought the Zodiac palette in September. Like I have such a backlog of eyeshadow palettes. I believe I have 14 that I need to test. Some of these haven't even been hauled properly yet. Like I just got, oh my gosh, I'm gonna ruin it. I just got the Born to Run palette in BoxyCharm in January. We received the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. And then all these other ones I have hauled previously or were in BoxyCharms last year. Super embarrassing, but I keep them in here, so I have to look at them and decide to use them or not. It's hard when I have 10 eyeshadows in projects right now, but I will get better and test those out thoroughly. And then if you want a closer look at what products exactly are down through here, go watch my February Shop My Stash video and you'll get a closer look at all of these products. Okay, this is kind of embarrassing, but my Alex 9 drawer does not fit in my bedroom anywhere besides the closet, so I have it front and center here. Yes, my closet is absolutely full and most of it is junk. I'm aware. It's the next thing on my to-do list to declutter. I have like books to the right, all of my heels, no, not all of my heels, some of my heels down on the bottom there. But here's my Alex 9, as well as, sorry if you can hear Wyatt, there's a 3 drawer thing here. We'll go into that as well. Right here at the top of my Alex 9 drawers, there is quite a lot going on. So firstly, I have 2 bins or 2 like candle holder type things here with brushes. These are my eye brushes, and then these are face brushes back here. Those are the ones that are clean, ready to go, but I'm not using them right now. Then I have all of my fragrances here as well. And then in this container here, we have a few things going on. So these are going to be in future giveaways. These are products that are empty, that are non-cruelty free, that I wish I could repurchase. So this is going to be an upcoming video, but I need to wait until I have quite a few more things in here. And then this section over here, like this is a 3 compartment little thing, is just empties that I am reminding myself that I need to repurchase that I haven't yet. So I just keep those up here. Moving in to the first drawer. In the first drawer here, we have eye products. So I have all of my falsies over here. This double compartment thing has eyeliners. So these are all black eyeliners over here. I have like Pretty Vulgar, Urban Decay, NYX, Ciate, Hikari, just a whole bunch of different brands here. And then these are non-black liners. This is a chocolate brown. A lot of these are brown, coppers, golds, those types of things, just because those are the types of colors that I would reach for more often. And then back here are brow products, everything brow gel, brow pencils, brow powders like this Peak one. I have this brow palette back here. This is like a hybrid between like a powder and a pomade. I really like this product. And then way back here, it's kind of hard to see. These are just my extra mascaras. I only have 1 mascara open at a time. So all of my new ones are back here. And I think there's about 5 back here. And I just know like this is the next one I need to pull from these ones back here. This Too Faced Better Than Sex one is brand new. I did want to quickly mention that these containers here I got from Sears when they were shutting down here in Canada. They are like kitchen organizers or home office organizers. They're acrylic, and these two are the same. They're just little double drawers. The next drawer down here are lip products. Oh, there we go. Here we have lip glosses. Back here are just little foil samples or like bubble pack samples that, oops, I want to try, but they don't really have a place. For lip gloss, I have a variety of brands in all sections of my makeup, just a few of certain brands here and there. I have a few Buxom. That one is in Dolly. This one is in White Russian. NYX Butter Glosses. I have a Victoria's Secret, Trust Fund Beauty, Juice Beauty, Cargo, Bare Minerals, e.l.f. A whole bunch of brands here. I do rotate through my makeup in my Shop My Stash series, so you won't see me like jumbling these up too much to keep the rotation correct. I don't know. So I pull from the front for the month, and then after I use them I flip them around so the cover is facing the other direction and put them in the back, so I know when I have gone through all of my lip glosses. So I just recently restarted the rotation, so I have only these two back here. This is the Dior Lip Maximizer, just a little mini. And then all of these lip products here are liquid lipsticks. Here in this container, oh, I forgot to mention, this is just a BoxyCharm box that I cut the top off of. This is another one of those acrylic organizers, and then this is just another small box. Here I have all of my like colored liquid lipsticks, so anything that doesn't really fall into the nude category. I have berries. This is from Revlon. What is this? Ofra Miami Fever. NYX Kitten Heels is this gorgeous red shade. Tarte Home Slice is like a burnt peach type of shade. Oh, now I've messed things up. I have Girlactic. I have a ton of ColourPop lippies, so here are some here. Real Her, Too Faced Melted, and Lime Crime in this section. And then these are all nudes, whether they are pinky nudes like this one from Hank and Henry in the shade Petal Pusher, or maybe they're more of a brown toned nude like this one from Ofra. This is in the shade Verona. Mauve nudes. This is Too Faced Melted in Chihuahua. I guess this one's more pinky too, isn't it? Just a variety of nudes. I love this one from Stila. This is in Caramello. It's a really pale, cool toned nude. Love that one. And again, just a variety of different brands. I have a NARS Velvet Lip Glide. This is a limited edition summer 2017, I believe. It's in the shade Overheated. This cool toned one is from Makeup Geek. I believe the shade is called Showstopper. Either that or that's what their liquid lipsticks are called. I'm not really sure. It doesn't have like any other text on here except that it says Makeup Geek. The packaging of these are really cool, but if I were to have the holders where they stand up, I don't think this would fit because it's very wide. If you see anything in any of these drawers that you want a closer look at, full swatches, full review, anything like that, be sure to let me know. Third drawer down is more lip products. These containers here hold 9 lipsticks. I have 2 of them and I got them from Marshall's. And then more acrylic organizers, and these brown bins I got from the dollar store. So here I have all of my bullet lipsticks. The ones I've used most recently are up here front in the front, and the ones that I need to pull in next are here in the back. And like I mentioned earlier, I rotate through all of my collection. So I have this Marc Jacobs one. Unfortunately, a lot of my bullet lipsticks are not cruelty free. I have a lot of the Maybelline matte lipsticks because these were my favorite from the drugstore, but unfortunately they're not cruelty free. I have a lot of Rimmel, MAC, L'Oreal, Revlon, just a lot of brands like that. I will be slowly trying to pan these at some stage when I get brave enough to do so. Back here are my like more summery spring summer shades. I like to swap them out so I don't need even more. Basically, I don't want this to be up next in my rotation in like January, because this is a neon orange shade, if that makes sense. And same with shades like this. This is Black Cherry from Revlon. I only wear this in the fall and winter. I wouldn't want this to be up next in June or July. So I just rotate through lippies that are glaringly like one season or another for my makeup tastes, at least. So I have a lot of brighter shades back here. Really pink type of shades. I don't wear those a lot in the fall winter. This is a fiery like orangey red. Some brighter berry type of shades. Those all stay back here. In this organizer are all of my lip treatments. So lip balms, lip scrubs, lip masks, tinted lip balms. This is Bites BB for lips. Trust Fund Beauty Lipgasm, Seraphine Botanicals, Sugar and Lemon, EOS things. Am I the only one that finds that these dry my lips out more than hydrate them? I don't know if that's all in my head or not, so I'm holding on to this. And then in this container I have all of my lip crayons, or my ColourPop lippy sticks. Like technically these are a bullet lipstick, but the packaging, whoops, is just too awkward to store upright because they're tall and skinny. So those are in here. Bite Matte Creme Crayon, the Makeup Geek Iconic lipsticks. This is in the shade Saucy. It's like a vibrant brick red, if that makes any sense. I really like the packaging on these ones. NARS Matte Lip Crayon, all those types of products go in here. This is my blush, bronzer, and highlighter drawer. Again, I rotate through everything. I did just move ahead these few products here because they are in such light shades that I feel like I should get use out of them in March while I'll still be super fair. So this is the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in Plum Rose. I just haven't been able to get this to work for me, even though I do have a fair skin tone, so I'm going to give this one more shot in the coming months. NARS Orgasm was my first high-end makeup purchase ever. This type of color is not overly flattering on my skin tone, but I keep it for nostalgic reasons. This is a product that I will pan at some stage when I get brave enough to try a blush again. Last year I tried to pan this Model Co blush. It's a very similar tone to Orgasm. It's just slightly brighter and there's not even a dip. And I used this an insane amount. The Tarte Amazonian Clay blushes are some of my favorite. This one is in the shade Feisty. And I also have Party up here, which was the birthday gift in 2017. It's like a neutral pinky shade, really like this. I've seen a ton of people pan these. Another blush formula that I really love and I think is super underrated, however, now that I'm transitioning to cruelty-free beauty, it doesn't really matter anyways, but that's these Revlon, oh, I can't even open it, blushes. They're like super natural and they have a slight luminosity to them. They just look really beautiful and healthy on the cheeks. Revlon is one of those brands that I feel like they're not always the most exciting, but a lot of their products worked really well for me and I really wish they would go cruelty-free. I really wish all brands would go cruelty-free, but you know, we always have those brands that we wish we could buy more from. For bronzers, I put these two up here because they're really light. This is the e.l.f. Sun-Kissed bronzer. It has a sheen to it, but it's really fair. And then this bronzer is one that I tried to pan last year as well, and as you can see, I was not successful. So I'm going to pull that in this coming month. In my bronzer category, I have a lot of tiny ones. So like this Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. This is obviously just a sample size. The Ciate Bamboo bronzer is stunning on my skin tone. This is something, if I ever used it up completely, I would buy the full size. I love the Physicians Formula bronzers as well. So I obviously have the Butter Bronzer in just the original bronzer shade. And then I have the Bronze Booster in medium dark as well. This looks great in the summertime. Speaking of summertime blushes, this one, bronzers, sorry, this Pure Mineral Glow we got in BoxyCharm a while ago. As you can see, it's much too deep for my skin tone right now. This is beautiful. If you have a deeper skin tone than I do, if you have like a medium tan skin tone, this would work for you all year round. In the summer, if you have a fair or light skin tone and you like get a decent tan, try this out. It's so beautiful. And another one of my favorites is the Balm Bahama Mama. Look at this ridiculous sample. It's smaller than an eyeshadow. When I have an empty pan, if that ever happens, I will repress this into like a proper pan size, but the color of this is beautiful. Moving over to highlights, I have quite a few of the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek. I have On the Cusp, which was in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. I have Counting Sheep, which was from their holiday collection, and I have Smoke and Whistles, which has long been discontinued, but it's super beautiful. And also I love Becca blushes, so this is a mini in Opal, but I have the full size in both Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop back here. Prosecco Pop only works for me in the summer. Sorry if you can hear the kids. Oh, mom life. And I also really like Physicians Formula highlights as well. This is the Naturally Nude one. This works for a variety of skin tones and is super beautiful. I obviously stick up here because I have a fair skin tone. But look at that. So beautiful. And then I also have this Beige Pearls highlight that I tried to pan last year and also wasn't successful in that, although I did wear it down quite a bit. This is a more of a natural highlight. Like if you had dry skin, you could definitely use that to probably set your face a little bit or use as a finishing powder. Like you can't even notice it that much compared to this Naturally Nude one. Next drawer down, this is my face palette drawer, as well as I have liquid and cream cheek products over here. So we have some liquid highlights, cream blushes from Trace a liquid shimmery bronzer. Those sorts of products are in here because I don't use them that often. I have 3 contour palettes. Too Faced Cocoa Contour. This is the original one. They recently redid it and they should have just left it as it was and brought out a new 1 or 2 more like shades of it basically, or like switch them up, because even for me this bronzer is very deep for me even in the summer, but these 2 products here are perfect for me and I have a fair light skin tone. This product's crap. But instead they made it like a bigger palette for light, medium, and deep skin tones, but how many people are going to get used out of all of them? Anyways, this is one of my favorites. My least favorite contour palette I have is the Morphe 9C palette. And I also have the IBY Highlight and Contour palette, which I also really do enjoy. I always choose my face palette and my Shop My Stash first before my blush, bronzer, highlight, so I know what to pull. So these are highlighting palettes, blush palettes, combination of the 2. Some of them have bronzers in them. So up next I have the Makeup Geek and Kathleen Lights collab. This is very deep for my skin tone, but I wanted to support her anyways and want to use it every once in a while. I also have the Smashbox Casey Holmes collab here. This one is really beautiful as well. This is one I'm considering decluttering if I can't get it to work. It's just the tones are really weird. Like this has a weird like almost pinky tone to it. These are really terrible chunky highlights, and you can't really fit a brush into any of them. Separately, you need to mix them all together, and I might declutter this soon. I have one holographic highlighting palette. I think it's fun to have on deck every once in a while. These are fun to pop on the inner corner especially. I love this like duochrome one. Can you see that blue to like peachy shift? This palette is really fun to play with. This City Color one is only a couple of dollars, and it is surprisingly good. Oh, and it was kind of broken. I'll have to clean that up after. I really like this one. I really like the e.l.f. Blow some of that away. e.l.f. blush palette in light. That's really fun to play with. And then I absolutely love my BH Cosmetics nude blush palette. This was in my Best of Beauty 2018. As you can see, it's not really as nude as I was thinking it would be when I first ordered it. Like, no matter skin tone, like these are very vibrant shades to be in a nude blush palette in my opinion. And then these 5 are nude for a variety of skin tones. Obviously these ones are not very nude on me. And then this is a highlight. So it's not exactly what I was expecting, but I actually really love the formula on this. Now we're in my base drawer. You guys actually got a closer look at all of these products in my last video, which was my base declutter. So I'm not going to stay here for too long. Here on the far right, you have my 2 setting sprays that I don't have in my current rotation. All of my concealers are down here, even concealer samples like this Tarte creaseless one that I want to try out. All of my powders, loose and pressed, are over here. I have not tried the Hourglass one or the Pretty Vulgar one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm filming this before my base declutter even goes up, so I'll ask you guys in this video as well, what do you think about combining these 2 products, like dumping this one into this container? This e.l.f. HD powder is almost gone, like it's there's less than half left in this. This is the e.l.f. HD under eye setting powder, but this is the one that has glitter in it. I don't know if I bought this one by mistake or at the time that was the only one available. I can't remember. This is quite old. My question is, should I dump this into here so that it will be less glittery and I can still use it under my eyes? That's what I use this powder for anyways, is to set under my eye, or should I just suck it up and use the super glittery one and not taint that one? I don't know if that made sense. Here are all my foundations and my one BB cream, as well as samples that I want to try. I also have some unopened one, like the ColourPop No Filter, which I really need to test that as soon as I get some more color in my skin. And then you can't really see. I can lift you up a little bit. Back there are all of my primers. Again, I will link my base declutter up in the eye in the corner if you want a closer look at each and every one of those, but those are all of my primers. I have my more hydrating ones here, smoothing and mattifying in this section, and then pore filling over here. Okay, this is my neutral palette drawer. Some of these I'm not really sure if they belong here or in the drawer down below, so let me know in the comments down below. I believe I have about 40 palettes in my collection, but that includes those that are in projects currently, which were at the beginning of the video, those that I still have not tested thoroughly, and then I have 2 drawers of eyeshadow, which I will show you. Back here at the top, I'm not going to pan up, are like all of my Ipsy bags and things, and also the BH Cosmetics Carly Bible Deluxe Edition, because this palette is so big, it needs to lay down flat, so I have that tucked back here. Again, these are rotated, so these are the palettes I've used most recently. These are the ones that I would pull out next, but I am just going to show you which ones I have. So I have the Morphe and Kathleen Lights collab, Wyatt Dug Out that beautiful green shade. ColourPop Kathleen Lights Dream Street. If you couldn't tell, Kathleen is my favorite YouTuber, and I try and buy all of her collabs if I can. ABH Modern Renaissance. I would like to pick up the other palettes as well. I was trying not to, but I don't know, the longer I put it off, and then things like Prism are discontinued. There's talks of Subculture getting discontinued. Sultry was limited edition as well. I want to start actually buying them. Alamar, this is one that I'm torn. Like, does this belong in my colorful palettes? I'm not really sure. ColourPop Semi Precious. This one's not my favorite. It's all shimmer shades, but it is pretty. Just not the best quality. Crown Brushes Fuego. Absolutely love this. Hope I'm not blinding you. Pretty Vulgar. Nightingale. As you can see, I get a lot of my palettes out of BoxyCharm, so I'm sure a lot of you have all of these ones as well. This is one of my only cool tone neutral palettes. Pure BoxyCharm. Really didn't like this one, but I'm holding on to it for whatever reason. Winky Lux Kitten palette. This one I like a surprising amount. These like more duochrome shades, I'm not sure if you can really see the shift. They're so beautiful. I really enjoy that palette. This is my other cool tone palette that is more purpley, which is why I've kept the two. I really enjoy playing with this one as well, but this is one of my only non-cruelty free palettes, so for that reason it's kind of like on my chopping block, but I would want to replace the color scheme, so I'm a little torn. Like, I'm on a low buy, so do I just get rid of it and then feel like I'm missing colors, or I don't know. I have the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells Trio. This is a classic. I feel like everyone has that. The Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2. This is pretty cool toned as well. Like, these shades I would say are cool toned, but these ones I'd say are more neutral. Whoops. Wet n Wild Comfort Zone. These are the older style palettes. And then e.l.f. Mad for Matte. Can I open it? There we go. This is just a staple that goes really well with all shimmer palettes. Okay, second eyeshadow drawer. Here I have all of my Super Shock shadows plus one Maybelline Color Tattoo that is still good. This is the only one that's still good in my collection. It's Bad to the Bronze. All the rest have been decluttered. And again, these are rotated, so I have two new ones that came in the ColourPop mystery bag that are up here. I haven't used those yet. Here are all of my eye bases. I recently just moved these down here. So I have cream bases such as the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick. I have my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly, the Smashbox Lid Primer, Urban Decay Primer Potion, some samples of the primer potion. I have the shade Sin, which would be shimmery, and the original Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Those are all there. Here on the left, I have like customizable palettes or Z palettes with all of my singles in them. So this has my one and only ColourPop single shade in here. This was in the mystery bag as well, and it's in the shade Come and Get It. So it's a good thing I had this extra one lying around, extra palette. This has 6 Ofra singles as well as one Looksy single. This was a Z palette in collaboration with BoxyCharm. This is the Ofra Pro Magnetic palette, but I actually put in all of my Makeup Geek products in here, plus there is an Urban Decay Fireball here in the corner. This is a Makeup Geek blush in the shade Cherish, and then these are all of my Makeup Geek singles. And then this is my MAC customizable palette. At one point I was going to try and fill it up, but MAC isn't cruelty free, so I still am hanging on to that for now. Behind my eye bases I have another container, and this contains all of my liquid eyeshadows. So I have Stila Glitter and Glows, the Cover FX Shimmer Veil in Amethyst. I have some ColourPop Supernova shadows down there. And this ice cube tray here, which is what these are all of my singles as well as my pigments. So I have like a Pixie, this one's a duo technically, I guess. NYX Prismatic shadows. These ones are really high quality. I love these. But then I have pigments like my L'Oreal Infallible. Those are like pressed pigments. My MAC pigments back here. Just a variety. I have some Urban Decay singles back there. And then you can't really see, but here, whoops. Here on the right, I'm putting in my Super Colorful palettes. Right now there's only 2 left here because the rest of them are either my project pan or I'm still testing them. I have the Laura Lee Party Animal, which I really don't like. Oh, I have 3 back here. BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival is an amazing palette. If you can find it either at Ulta or on the BH Cosmetics website, or I don't know where else they're sold, pick it up. It is so good. I'm excited to play with that again when the weather warms up. And then I have the Naked Cosmetics Urban Rustic Trio. These are really high quality as well. I love those so much. In the bottom drawer of my Alex 9, you can see I have all of my nail polishes here on the left. In this front compartment, I have just nail essentials. I have a nail kit, bases, top coats, and then your basic colors like white, black, a typical like basic red shade. All those are up here in its own container. I have 2 BoxyCharm boxes back here. You can't see the one that's like way back, but I have them organized by season. So here I have all of my fall winter polishes, and I rotate these as well. There's a little card here which is blocking off the ones I've used in the last season and which ones I still have yet to use. And then in that one is spring and summer. So I have my brighter shades like this bright sky blue. I have a pretty lilac back here, baby pink. Those ones are colors that I would wear more in spring and summer. So when the seasons change, I will put this container in the back and bring the other one forward. And then this is recently changed as well. I moved all of my hair care over here because it was just, I have 2 bathrooms in my house. Some things were in one bathroom, others were in my ensuite bathroom. I had things just everywhere and I never ever use my hair products. So full sizes are up here in the front, and then I have a lot of smaller mini sizes in the back. And I've also added these products into my whole collection project pan Excel spreadsheet, so maybe I will pull these coming up. Beside my drawers here, I have this little box where I put all of my decluttered products in. So I recently decluttered my e.l.f. Acne Fighting foundation along with a whole bunch of primers and concealers. I have a loose blush, so when my friends and family come over, they can go through here. I'm never going to use this NARS bronzer. I cut out the shade that would work for me from the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation, but friends or family can look at that if they want to. Just so I don't have to reset up my camera, I'm now going to show you 2 of the drawers that were in that 3-drawer system over to the left. This is the middle drawer, and it's where I hold all of my body care products that aren't like shaving cream and body wash. Like those stay in my shower. I don't have an surplus of those products. But this is like a body oil, lotions, body butters, tanning products down there, hand creams, scrubs, like all of those types of products. They're all in here. Again, they're here, they're added into my whole collection project pan Excel spreadsheet, so I have to go through these. Like I don't need, I think there's like 7 hand creams in there. Why? I don't need all of that. And then like I used half of this and then switched over to something else. I really need to stop doing that. So I dug them out from all of the various places in my home, and I'm going to work on using these up. And then the top bin in that organizer you guys see every once in a while, and it is my empties. I store them in here, and also this baggie is where I keep my makeup empties. So you guys have already seen this in my last empties video, But to keep track of them, to be able to do that year end, all of the makeup I used up in 2019 video, I put them in this big Ziploc bag throughout the year, just so I don't lose any of them. But that's makeup only. If I kept skincare, hair care, everything, oh my gosh, there would be so much. So that is everything that is in my makeup collection as of February 2019. I'm going to try and maybe do these once a year so we can see how my collection changes. Again, this is my vanity where I get ready. While we're here, I do want to give an update on how much my collection is worth, as well as how much of it is non-cruelty free as of right now. I touched on this in my makeup inventory video. My collection is valued at about $6,000. As of today, 19% of my makeup collection is non-cruelty free. As you know, my goal for the end of the year is to have that 15% or under. If I do not reach that goal by the end of the year, we will be doing a declutter, giving away products until I hit that mark. So that's like, I'm ensuring that my collection is going to be 15% non-cruelty free or even lower than that. I'm making this transition slowly, but I'm making progress. In the last 2 months, I've already dropped off 1% mark for my collection, so I'm hoping that continues to drop. I hope you guys enjoyed digging through my makeup collection with me. Now you can really see I looked relatively cute on top with my makeup done. My hair isn't. And then I have my Christmas pajamas on the bottom to film this video. As I mentioned in the intro, I really wish that I did this every year since I started. I started with just a makeup bag, and then I had a little makeup bin, then one drawer of makeup, and now I have a full Alex 9 drawer full of stuff. It's too much stuff. I'm well aware of that, and that's why I have fully immersed myself in the project panning community to try and get my numbers down, try and get my collection to be cruelty free. That's really important to me. If you did enjoy today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up so that I know. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!